First jewelry set for Bargain Bead Box, Glacial Glimmer. Hey y'all, it's April. Thanks for stopping by my crazy creative life. In today's video, I am finally getting to some of my jewelry making. I've not made anything for December's Bargain Bead Box or Creative Bead Box. I've not got a chance to make anything. So I finally come up with a design using the Bargain Bead Box. And this is the Glacial Glimmer. Let's go ahead and try to get something made real quick. Let's start with the bracelet. I'm taking roughly, let's see, 25 centimeters, as that is. It's about 10 inch or 22 centimeters. But I'm gonna leave it on my spool just in case I'm wrong on that. For these beads, I'm using these beautiful 8mm crystal faceted round beads in the Alexandrite with the AB finish. I am using this crystal, the 6x4mm crystal faceted rondelle beads in powder blue. And I am using, where'd they go? Here they are. The 8x10mm English cut crystal rondelle beads in crystal AB finish. That's all I'm using for this bracelet. Okay, so I started off with an Alexandrite. What can I see? Then one of those powder blues. The Alexandrite. The blue. So how was everybody's Christmas? I hope you all had a very good, blessed, peaceful Christmas. This is New Year's Eve. I'm trying to get this done before I have to get ready for church tonight. See, I've got the blue again. And basically, I'm doing purple, blue, purple, blue, purple, blue up until I get to this clear, the crystal, the English cut. I thought these colors were absolutely beautiful together. Which that's my favorite. I think that's my favorite bead ever. If you watched my unboxing, you'll hear that, how I said that. Okay, from here, I take one of those English beads. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 purples, 1, 2, 3, 4 blues. Then I'm going to take an English cut crystal with AB finish. Then another purple. And basically starting the pattern all over again. So we got purple, blue, purple, well, April. It's really crappy when you get older and your eyes start getting mad. I've got my glasses on and I still can't see. I just love that. It's just, to me, it's so pretty. Okay, so where are we at? I had 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me do one more. We're going to that English cut again. and the purple, and starting the pattern all over again. It's a very simple pattern, but to me it was very pretty. So purple, blue, purple, blue, purple, purple rain, purple rain. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I think I'm short of purple. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now here's the crystal one again, that English cut. That should be it. Now let me see. This is 0.8 millimeter stretch cord. Okay, what I say, 25 centimeters in the start? I believe that's what I said, and I think that's going to be about right. Let me clip it here. Okay, so oops. So I just brought it together. Now I'm gonna come around and we're gonna do that surgeon's knot. So around and around and then come down. Give it a tight tug. Okay, I'm gonna try to do that one more time. Around and around. This time I wanna go around that side too. Now you can, I left it in my bedroom, you can put your little dab of nail glue or jewelry glue or, and I may do that in a little bit, but there's the bracelet. I'll clip those tails in a minute after I put some glue on it. But isn't that beautiful? I love it. Let me see how it fits. And it's not real tight on my wrist. Of course, if you've got to fit it to your wrist. I mean, some people that might be too big, some people that might be too little on. So you just kind of got to fit it to you. But that's the measurements as far as what I done to fit my wrist. Okay, now let's go ahead and do this little earring. That, I think I like it. I haven't decided. I think I was a little bit too long up here, and it's not the prettiest strap, but it's just for me. I'm not selling these, so it'll be okay. But I will have to kind of match it. And what I took was, I've got some 22 of this silver copper field, well, silver plated copper field wire. I took 5 inches, and that was probably actually too much. For how many centimeters? About 13.5 centimeters, or 5 inches. Okay. So you start off with, well, if you want to make what I'm making, this is the 4mm brass Stardust spacer beads. So I've got 2 out. I'm going to start with 1. Then I need 6 of these aquamarine round beads. And I would have rather had 20 gauge. 18 gauge was too big for these little aquamarines. Honestly, I don't even know if a 20 gauge would fit those little aquamarines. So you might be better off with just your jewelry wire. So how many is that? 2. Swanee, I can't see a thing. Okay, that's, don't fall down on me. So that's 3. It's taken me 100 years just to get 3 of these. Six. Okay, then we're taking 1 of these rondelle beads in the powder blue. Then I'm taking 1 of the crystal faceted white bicone beads. It's the 4mm. You can see that hole a little bigger, a little better. Then I'm going to take 1 of the Alexandrite with the AV finish. Then come back with another of the white bicone beads, the 4mm. And then another of these powdered blue rondelle beads. And then 6 more of these little boogers. And 6, and then that silver, the Stardust Spacer bead. Okay. Now I'm just going to try to shape them in a teardrop shape. I'm going to take, I'm going to take about 1.5 inches on this side, and we're going to bend it out away from us. Okay, we're going to bring this on around, and you'll just have to finagle with it until you get it looking right. And then I'm trying to take that. It's going to be hard for me to show you. I'm coming around with this. Here, let's spin this out. So you've got it, both of them out opposite. Okay. Now, let's go around. I know I did not explain that well at all. I apologize. So then you're going to make your little wraps. And see, this is 22 gauge. It's so flimsy. It's why I'd rather have 20. I could fold with it a little better and showed you a little easier, but I don't have any. Yeah, and it's an ugly wrap, but okay, I'll clip it off here in a second. Then we're going to take, no, I'm going to clip that off now. Then we're going to do a wrapped loop. So I'm bending it that way, out from us. Come in with our round nose pliers. Okay, we're going to go up, over. Then we're going to take your hand and flip up. Then we're going to come around. Yeah, I've done that one, I bet you, a little bit taller, but I had to be okay. Okay, if any of you all new, I'm fairly new at jewelry making, so if it's not obvious already. So I'm wrapping that back down to try to meet that ugly loop down here. Then we're going to clip off that tail. And then I'm going to kind of just squeeze those ends together, any loose ends, little pokey parts, and kind of straighten it up. And then too, this work hardens it whenever you alright, and then try to make your teardrop shape. I did that tighter than I did this one. I may redo that because this looks a little better. Even though that loop looks awful, that wrap looks awful, that actually looks better because it's tighter. So I'm going to redo that one off camera. But there's some earrings, and then just take you some ear wires. I'll have to go get my ear wires, but just put you an ear wire on it. Now, I will rewrap that one. Now, lastly, we're going to try to get this necklace made. What my vision was, is where this was Glacial Glimmer, whatever, was icicles. I was trying to figure out how to make this look icicly, you know. And so this is what I've come up with. I need to get a head pin. Okay, it's going to come around kind of like that. If you know, maybe you can use your imagination. But it's going to be like that on my silver necklace. And what I've done to start off with I took, I think it's about a 2-inch, yeah, it's about a 2-inch eye pin. And I've took, my pattern is one of those aquamarine, the little bitty aquamarines, then that powder blue. Then I took one of these, the cornflower blue, the agate, the 6mm. Then one of those Alexandrite, the purple ones. Then we're taking I knew, okay. Then we're taking one of these gray ones. It's the 8mm Malaysia Jade Dyed Quartz Round Bead in Ice Blue. To me, it looks kind of gray, but then finally, we're taking one of those English cut beads. And this is not going to be long enough for a wrapped loop, so we're just going to do a simple loop here. Okay, I'll probably have to clip off some of that here in a second. Then at the bottom of the eye pin, I'm going to open it up. And I am taking this beautiful, let me find the little thing here. It was the 20mm blue lace agate and brass point pendant. And we're going to slip that on to our eye pin and then close it back down. Of course, you'll have to straighten it out once you get it all done here. All right, then my next size, I took this is I think 1 inch with the little ball head pin, and we are doing the aquamarine. I'm having the hardest time seeing. Okay, aquamarine, and then the powdered blue. Then another one of those cornflower blue round beads. Now these are varied colors, so then a purple, the Alexandrite. Then instead of doing that ice blue Malaysia Jade and the English cut, we are going to do the 8mm C opal glass faceted round bead. And it's very similar to that Alexandrite. It's about the same size, almost the same shape. And that's where we'll stop. So the same deal with it. We'll have to do a simple loop. We don't have enough space for a wrapped loop. Okay, and then finally, I've already put both of those together, but what I done was the aquamarine, these little ones, then that powdered blue, then I done another of those cornflowers, and then I topped it with a the white crystal faceted bicone bead. That's how I topped the little one. Then I cut me off some chain. It was a hypoallergenic stainless steel Fiargo jewelry chain. Oh, Figaro. I can't see, I can't read, I can't do nothing right tonight. Okay, I think it was 15 inch. Let me double check. I done 20. So I cut off 20-inch chain. I'm just putting this eye pin through just to kind of hold it temporarily, so I can see where the very bottom is. Okay, it's that one right there. Okay. These are so thin, I hope they won't break off. That's my fear. And I could do eye pins, but I'm thinking it'll look better just hook straight on. So now let's close this down. That was not our big guy. Oops. Sorry, y'all. Okay, come here, big guy. Okay. Now, let's close it down. Yeah, I figured I'd have to clip off some of that. So I'm clipping off just a tiny bit of, not even a centimeter, not even a half centimeter. There we go. It did not clip. Come on now. Be nice. Be nice. Okay, I'm gonna give this a squeeze sideways just to make sure that it's closed off. Let's see what it looks like on the chain. Okay. Now it's not a real pretty round loop. I had to squeeze it off some. So you could do a jump ring if you wanted to, but I like that better. To me, it kind of hides it. Where do we want these fellas? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Quit shaking, April. Okay, then we're going to take our medium one, do the same thing. This is what I tried to put on the first. Okay, that one's closed in. Now let's go to this other side. One, two, three, 4, 5. Is that right? Yeah, that looks right. Okay. Let's see, if we do 5, it'll be right there. If we do 3, it'll be about right there. What do we like better? 1, 2, 3. I think I like the 3 better. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Yeah, I like the 3 better. Okay. It'd be this big one. All right. But I do see something I'm gonna have to do here. Let me take this back off. This will need a jump ring. It's not laying right. Okay, I think I finally got them even. But with this, you are gonna need a jump ring or it's not gonna hang right. So let me grab one real quick. It's prettier just straight into the chain, but I think to be able to see stuff easier, it would probably be easier with jump ring. Now it's hanging better. Yeah, there we go. Now it's hanging better. Now these move and sometimes it makes it look like it's still uneven, but I'm pretty sure it's even now. Oh, finally. All right, let's get some kind of a clasp on it. Let's use what they sent us. They sent us these set swirled hook and eye clasp. All right, so let's just go to the end of our chain. And then we'll put our little hook part on. Grab our other eye pin. Go to the other end of our chain. And the other end of our hook. And it should go like that. And I'm hoping I can take some pictures when I put it on a little later after I get ready and show you kind of what it's looking like. Oh, I got to refix that one. But anyway, there it is. I'll show you some better pictures here in a little bit at the end of the video. But that is the end of the video. I will leave a link in the description box below to Bargain Bead Box. If you go to their link, they are a big box company. If you don't know anything about them and you subscribe to them monthly, it's like $22.99 or something like that a month. That's taxes and shipping, all of that's together, and you get a beautiful curated set each month. And not only that, they give you on the back of on the back of your paper, they'll give you a 30% off code, and that's for their sister store, and you can go use it as many times as you want throughout that month. So if I wanted to go and buy some more of this stuff, I could go to their sister store and I would save 30% off and say, well, December's over. Let's pretend it's not. This is the first part of December. Then 2 weeks later or whatever, I could buy something else and still use that same coupon. That's my point I'm trying to make. It's a long-winded point, but but anyway, hopefully this looks icy. I guess I'll tell better once I get it on, but hopefully you like that. I think it's really pretty. I'm going to, like I said, fix that one, but I think it's beautiful. These colors are just gorgeous to me, and they're just, they do look like just soft winter ice, you know, snow, what you would think of, and I think it's absolutely beautiful. So I hope you guys have a blessed rest. Oh, wait a minute, before I forget, if you do go to the code in the description box below to Bargain Bead Box, put in the code box it's either going to be April 2 or MCCL2, and you should be able to get $2 off your very first order if you use that code. If not, please let me know. That way I can talk to them. All right, so that is it. Hope you guys, this is New Year's Eve, so I wish you all a very blessed and safe New Year's Eve tonight, and I pray we all have a wonderful 2025. So y'all be safe out there, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye. I do want to show you something real quick. That one, instead of redoing the whole thing, I don't even know which one it was now. I think it was that one. I just took my pliers. No, it wasn't. It was this one. I just took my pliers and I just twisted it a couple of times. And I mean, unless you're looking up real close, you're not going to really notice that. And it's still roughly the same size nail. But what I decided to do, because I think that's ugly, I've got the large crimp bead covers, and I'm going to try to at least cover the bottom part. See if we can get this on there. Yeah, I think we can. And see, I've just slid it in between. And then I'm just going to gently squeeze it. So go. Okay, so at first it kind of looks like a little fish mouth or a Pac-Man, or, and my phone's blurring. And I squeeze in this way, and then back this way, and then this way. And I just keep going back and forth until I get it round. Okay. Now see, that looks much better to me. Might not to you, but I think that looks better than that. So let's do the same thing to this one. Okay, so I'm going to squeeze him, then squeeze him this way, then that way, that way. I probably should have used, when I'm thinking, these pliers, because they don't have the little grippy cutout like that one does, because these can mar this up a little bit. Like I said, you got to be right up on it before you see it. And then too, I'm not selling these. But there you go. That's a way to fix a mistake. And then I'll put my ear wires on it. So I think it looks a lot better than it did. All right, now, bye. Hey, if you like this video, you may want to check out my previous video or my previous series. Talk to you soon.